What's up everyone, Mandy here from On The Grow, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a full walkthrough for Red Garnet Amaranth on a soil-like medium. So stay tuned for this video. What's up everyone, today we are going to be doing a Red Garnet Amaranth full walkthrough. Now we have another video on this topic, but that was for a hydroponic grow mat, and today we're going to be focusing more soil-like mediums, which means I'm going to be using Coco Coir for this grow. But before I get too far into that, let's go ahead and talk about the other supplies we're going to need. So here in front of me, I have a 3-tray method. Now this consists of 3 trays, one being a no-hold 10-20 tray, the next being a slotted, or you can use a mesh 10-20 tray, and the final tray is another no-hold 10-20 tray. Next, we're going to need our grow medium, which before I said we're going to be using Coco Coir, and I'm going to be adding a little bit of nutrient to that. For today's nutrient, I'm going to be using this Happy Frog nutrient here, which we did a video on this previously, and it works really well. So I'm excited to use that. If you don't have nutrients, you don't have to add nutrients. It's really up to you. I just like to give my microgreens a little bit of a boost. So next is our seed. We're going to need our seed, which I have this Red Garnet Amaranth from True Leaf Market. So for this grow, I'm going to be using 6 cups of this Coco Coir. And if you're curious, for the 6 cups of Coco Coir, it costs us 80 cents in grow medium, which is less than soil. So that's why I like to use it. Plus it gives us really great growth. And now we're going to add in 1 tablespoon of this Happy Frog nutrient, which adds another 8 cents to this grow. So right now we're at 88 cents for our nutrient and our grow medium here. So now let's go ahead and get this mixed together. Now that that is well mixed, we are going to even out our grow medium across our 10-20. And if you do run into any clumps, be sure to get those out. And if you're using a soil that has a lot of like sticks and stuff in it, try to get out any of the big ones. All right, so we have our grow medium placed, and now we need our seeds. So like I said before, we're using this Red Garnet Amaranth from True Leaf Market, and we're going to use about 15 grams. Okay, that's close enough. So that's about a tablespoon and a half, give or take. Give or take. So I'm gonna pour some in my hand. I'm gonna do this method. And these seeds are very tiny, so they can fall through your fingers. Just keep yourself in motion. So if you didn't know, amaranth was actually a staple crop for the Aztecs. Fun little fact there. So we now have our 10-20 seeded with that 15 grams of seed, and it's time to water our crop, which I'm going to use my little pump sprayer that I have down here. Now at this point, I want to be careful because amaranth does not like a lot of water. It also doesn't like cold either because it can run into issues with dampen off. So what I want to be careful to do today is not overwater this. And since they are tinier seeds, I'm going to start back a little bit further and then work my way towards. Okay, and give some passes, and that should be perfect. Now our last step is to take that last 10-20 tray, and we're going to place that directly on top of our seeds, give it a light press down, and at this point you can do 2 things. If you want to add 5 pounds of weight to this, you can, or you can leave it just as an empty tray to act as the weight. Now amaranth is a more delicate crop, so it really doesn't require a lot of weight, if any at all. It will do fine either way. Today what I'm going to do though is I will be adding 5 pounds of weight on top of this. Brick! And if you're curious where to get these, we just go to our local hardware store like a Home Depot or Lowe's, and you can find them there for pretty cheap, and it makes a great weight for these trays. So now we just need to place this onto a dark shelf where it can germinate, which I'm going to put it up here and just turn off this light here in a second. From this point forward, I'm going to come out, mist this twice a day or as needed, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another update. See you then. Today is day 2 of our amaranth grow, so I'm going to pull it off of my shelf and we'll take a peek at where we're at. So first things first, remove the brick, and then I'm going to carefully lift this up because there are some seed holes sticking and I don't want to get those everywhere. So we give it some of CJ's little taps here. Make sure to get some of those off, and I'm just going to be very careful with what's stuck on there currently. So taking a look at this, we are starting to see a lot of these radicals coming through, which tells us this is germinating. They're starting to go into this grow medium, and probably here in anywhere from 2 to 3 more days, we're going to see a lot more happening on this tray. But currently I am loving where we're at in this process. So that means it is time to give this some water, which, boop, gonna move my water bottle. We are going to water it with this little pump sprayer. And I'm going to make sure I don't give it too heavy of a water, because remember, amaranth does not like a lot of water. Cool. And now we're just going to take that top tray, place it back on top in the same orientation that it was before. Place our brick back on top of this, and it goes back up top on top of our top shelf. I'm going to come out later today, give this another mist, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for another update. Today is day 3 of our Red Garnet Amaranth grow, and I'm going to pull this up of the shelf, which, oh, I just realized how sore my arms are. We have been doing yard work all day. But anyways, we're going to pull that brick off. I'm going to pull this tray up, and it looks like we have some really good germination. We're starting to actually see the plant coming out of that seed now, and we are probably about, I would say, 1-2 days tops of this coming out from underneath this weight and switching into the next step. So what I need to do right now is to give these guys a very light watering. So quick little watering here. And now that I have it watered, I'm just going to take that tray that was originally on top with the brick, flip it over to create a dome. And now this is in blackout, and don't mind the little mess up here. I'm about to wipe that off here in a second. But I'm next going to just place this onto my shelf, come out later today, give it another mist, and I will see you guys for another update tomorrow. Today is day 4 of our Red Garnet Amaranth grow, so let me pull this off the shelf and let's take a peek at it. So yesterday we put this into blackout, and today we are going to be removing it from blackout because these have stood up and stretched just enough, and if I were to allow them to stay underneath blackout for any longer, they are going to get way too tall. So what that means that we're going to be introducing these into light for the very first time, and I'm going to be putting this tray underneath 3 of our Barina 20-watt lights here. We personally love these lights. They're great for anyone beginning, or if you want to take an extra step, you can add more of them to your shelf. It's really up to you. But anyways, that means that I now need to bottom water this. This is the first time we're going to be bottom watering it. So I got my water here, and I have about a cup of water. I'm just going to lift this tray and pour it underneath there, and now my crop is watered. So all I need to do from this point forward is later today I'm going to come out again and give it another bottom water, and that is it for today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for another update. It is day 6 of our Red Garnet Amaranth grow, and everything is looking amazing. Those cotyledons are starting to open up more, which is making this tray look more full, and the color is becoming more vibrant. I'm very happy with this, and now all I need to do is give this its first watering of the day, which I'm going to start off with 2/3 cup of bottom water, and then later today I'm going to come back out and give it a second watering, and depending on what the soil is looking like will determine how much water I'm going to give it later today. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for another update. So I'm going to start over here and see how quickly that just glides right through. It's like butter. Just like butter. Okay, so right away we can just look and appreciate that. Look at and appreciate that beautiful red garnet amaranth color. That is one of my favorites because of the vibrancy, and it kind of looks like monster hair to me, at least. So when harvesting this, I can smell that kind of it's like a light beet smell, or as CJ always calls it, smells like red, tastes like red. Which is very true. Basically any of the red colored microgreens all taste basically the same. Seeing this beautiful color makes me want to change my hair color to a bright pink. What do you guys think? Should I do it or should I not? Okay, on that last little corner, if I can just get that, oh, almost lost some. Perfect. Alrighty, so we got a harvest weight of 108 grams, which is really good for Red Garnet Amaranth. With Red Garnet Amaranth, because it is a more delicate crop, it's a lot lighter, so you're not going to get a super heavy harvest weight like you would with a broccoli or a sunflower or something like that. So 108 grams is perfect. I'm very happy with that. And now I want to jump into a little bit of a taste test because personally I love Red Garnet Amaranth. CJ's kind of on the fence about it. He's not a big fan of that in, was it radish? But I grabbed a little much here. I'm gonna slow down. Tastes just like red. It has a really nice earthy flavor. And that's something I really do like about this crop, is it's sweet and earthy and very delicate, just like how it looks. But you get that boast of color from Red Garnet Amaranth, which makes everything look incredible. Well, you guys, that is it for this video. I showed you guys the process from seeding all the way up until harvest day. And now I want to give you guys a few little tips on how to use this crop. So Red Garnet Amaranth is something that we found pairs really well with chocolate, which makes me very happy because I love chocolate. It goes very well with brownies with a little bit of, almond whipped cream on top is another good way to use it. And if you want more recipes for using this particular crop, we have a recipe book, which is Recipes for the Everyday Microgreen Lover, Volume 1, because there will be a second one eventually. And we will show you guys how to use this in a very fun and unique way. Oh, what do I do with my medium? So with my medium, I would just move my knife out of the way first. Peel up the corners. This one, once again, delicate crop, so it doesn't get as crazy of a root mat, but you peel up this root mat and then just move that whole entire root mat out to your compost bin, or you can toss it into an area of your yard, but you will have random sprouts coming up. Right now we have a pumpkin coming up in our yard in the middle of summer, so just beware. But that is it, guys. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you dislike it, give it a thumbs down. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the section below and we will get those answered for you as soon as we possibly can. We have a Facebook and Instagram. They're both at On The Grow Farms, and a website which is www.onthegrow.net. And on our website, you can find the link for our recipe book and our other book, which is Becoming a Microgreen Master, which has answers to so many questions and a little bit more about this particular crop in it as well. So keep on believing.